Hey everybody, and welcome to Bible class. Can you find in your Bibles Deuteronomy chapter 9? That is our key text for this evening's video. We've got tonight and one more lesson in this series. We're wrapping up our survey of Exodus through Deuteronomy by looking at Moses' last words in that book of Deuteronomy. Really, it is a series of speeches that Moses, an old man, makes to the children of Israel just before he dies, just before they go into that promised land. Speeches full of warnings, challenges, reminders, encouragements. Deuteronomy chapter 9 is where we are focusing together this evening. Would you pick up the reading in verse 1 with me? Moses says, Deuteronomy 9 verse 1, "Hear, O Israel, you are to cross over the Jordan today to go in to dispossess nations greater and mightier than you." That wasn't a mystery. The nations over there on the other side of the Jordan, they're stronger than you. They are greater than you. Their cities are great. They are fortified up to heaven. The people are great and tall. The sons of the Anakim, whom you know and of whom you have heard it said, "Who can stand before the sons of Anak?" The odds, just from a physical point of view, are stacked against the children of Israel. But Moses wants them to know this. How are they going to be successful? He who goes over before you as a consuming fire is Yahweh, the Lord your God. He will destroy them and subdue them before you, so you shall drive them out and make them perish quickly as the Lord has promised you. But Moses follows this up very quickly with some really important perspective and a warning. Let's keep reading in verse 4. "Do not say in your heart, after the Lord your God has thrust them out before you, it is because of my righteousness that the Lord has brought me in to possess this land." God says through Moses, don't talk like that. It is because of the wickedness of these nations that the Lord is driving them out before you. Why are these people who are in the land of Canaan being driven out? It is a judgment of the Lord. The people in that land are wicked. But God, through Moses, tells the children of Israel, I don't want you going in there thinking, well, they're wicked and we are righteous, and that's why God is giving us this land. In verse 5, not because of your righteousness or the uprightness of your heart are you going in to possess their land, but because the wickedness of these nations, the Lord your God is driving them out from before you. And here's a second reason. Why is God leading them into this land? That he may confirm the word that the Lord swore to your fathers. God had made a promise to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. Now, one more key idea here in Deuteronomy 9 before I kick it over to your in-person class teacher. Moses reminds these children of Israel of a sad moment in their history that had happened about 40 years before. In fact, it's one of the most pivotal moments in Israel's history, and we haven't talked about it yet in this study. Let's listen in Deuteronomy 9 verse 7. Moses says, remember and do not forget how you provoked Yahweh your God to wrath in the wilderness. From the day you came out of the land of Egypt until you came to this place, you have been rebellious against the Lord. Even at Horeb, you provoked the Lord to wrath. And the Lord was so angry with you that he was ready to destroy you. Now, it may not resonate with you, yet we call Horeb by a different name. We know it better as Mount Sinai. Moses is reminding them of a specific event about 40 years before that happened at Mount Sinai. What was that? In verse 9, when I went up the mountain to receive the tablets of stone, the tablets of the covenant that the Lord made with you, I remained on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. I neither ate bread nor drank water. And the Lord gave me the 2 tablets of stone written with the finger of God, and on them were all the words that the Lord had spoken with you on the mountain out of the midst of the fire on the day of the assembly. And at the end of 40 days and 40 nights, the Lord gave me the 2 tablets of stone, the tablets of the covenant. Then the Lord said to me, arise, go down quickly from here, for your people whom you have brought from Egypt have acted corruptly. What had the people done down at the foot of Mount Sinai while Moses was up there receiving the 10 commandments and the basis of their covenant with God on those tablets of stone? God says at the end of verse 12, they have turned aside quickly out of the way that I commanded them. They have made themselves a metal image. Something happened. In fact, as I turn it over to your in-person class teacher, would you turn from here to the Old Testament book of Exodus chapter 32. Something happened there at the foot of Mount Sinai that Moses reminds the children of Israel with some of his very last words. We need to go back there, do a little bit of digging, and make sure we understand the role this reminder played for God's people then and now. Let's talk about it. Thanks for being in class tonight. Hope I've set you up for good discussion, that you have a good rest of your class. I'll see you real soon.